All right, welcome to part 3 of the Booster Bench series. In part 3, we're going to add the top to our um, to our folder. We've already got the leg and the stretcher, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to click on the plus sign to add a new file, create a new part studio. We'll right click on that and rename it Booster Bench Top. Now the top, unlike the stretcher and the leg, sits in a little bit different orientation. When we look at this, you can see how it's sitting kind of perpendicular to the leg and the stretcher. So I'm going to want to use the top work plane this time. I'm going to go ahead and select top and select sketch. It still starts with a rectangle, the size from the origin here. The size of the booster bench top is 16 inches long, 7.25 inches wide, deep. Um, all right. That's really all we're going to do right here in 2D. Let's go ahead and extrude 0.75. There it is. Extrude down. All right. So I've got this top done. Now, the first thing that we're going to do to the top, instead of just having a plain rectangular top for the bench, is we want to round the corners. We're going to put a little rounded edge. And in 3D modeling, we call that a fillet. So fillet right here, let's see, the radius of that fillet is going to be 1 inch. So I'm going to change this radius to 1. And then I'm going to select these vertical corners right here. See what happens when I select that? It automatically fillets in. And I can select all 4 at once. All right, I'm going to hit the green check mark. Now, the other thing that we're going to do is on the top, we're going to add another fillet going all the way around the top. And that would be done with, in the shop, in the real world, we would add that fillet with a router bit, which we'll learn about later. Maybe we already have. The radius, we're just going to have a very slight radius. So like 1/8 of an inch, 0.125. And I can select this whole top right here. Okay, it's just a very, very slight radius. We've done something as big as 0.375. But I don't know. I guess it's kind of personal preference. I'll let you guys decide what you want to do there. I'm going to keep it as 1/8 and hit my green check mark. And let's choose a color. Let's see, yellow, green. What's another good color here? Yellow, green. Maybe we'll choose kind of a lighter blue. Maybe turquoise. There we go. It might look a little weird with green. All right. All right, so to end the top, there are 2 holes that need to get put in, and those are going to be countersink holes. Now, the trick here is that they should line up with these. Okay. In a perfect world, they would line up. So I'm going to go ahead and put a sketch on the top. I am going to add a point from the middle over. There's the other one. And make sure, to get this right, make sure you dimension from here to the outside. Don't choose this edge because then you'd be 1/8 of an inch off. So we're going to go ahead and put that dimension in there. And I believe we should have 3.5 inches. Would put us in the right spot. All right. We've got our points in. Let's make our countersink holes. They're going to be the exact same as they were in the legs. But you might not remember what that is. So we're going to go to countersink. We will select our 2 holes. 1/8, 3/8, 82. And it's going to be through all. So all the way through there. All right. We are done with our 3 parts for the booster bench. Tune in for part 4, which will be the assembly. See you then.